Confidence is about how you see yourself. Welcome to the Uniquely Confident Podcast.
Good people, what it do? Positive energy and good vibrations from me to you, RJ, Didi, and Perfect Gentlemen. And yes, this is Uniquely Confident. And I told y'all I'm not no liar. But guess what? She's here today. She's in the building. Mo, my girl from Inspire Big, Inspire Bigger. What it do, Queen?
What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? It's Coach Mo, the #1 women's empowerment coach. Here to represent Aspire Big, Inspire Bigger. Represent all the ladies across the world who deserve the best life that they long for, desire, and can work toward. What's good with y'all?
Listen, man, they've been warmed up for you a little bit. On the first episode, I was breaking down about what's going to happen and all those things. I had to put them on game that you're going to be pulling up on us, and we're going to be having these dope conversations. So I just want to let everybody know. I want you to let everybody know what it is that you do, where and a little bit more about yourself.
All right. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for sharing this platform with me, bro. I thoroughly enjoy having conversations with you about life in the world and things of it. So this is going to be fun, not only for the viewers and the fam, but it's going to be fun for us. We're going to have a lot of things to talk about, and I'm sure a lot of people will enjoy it. So, but I'm Coach Mo. I am the founder of Aspire Big, Inspire Bigger. Like I said, I'm a women's empowerment coach. What I do is I empower determined women. So we all come to a point in our life where we've seen ourselves at our high or seen where we wanted to go, and certain things change in our life. Now, they could be positive things, marriage, motherhood, being close to the family, and just kind of, intertwining into different parts of the life of a woman, but then still feeling like we lost something of ours. Sometimes we have a vision for ourselves before all of those things happen. So I'm the person that's going to come and encourage you and empower you to really get back on track and build your vision through accountability, self-care, time management, and just working on your personal development. So that's me.
That's what's up. So ladies, so I told y'all before, this platform is not just for the men. I told y'all I was going to bring y'all a sister on here. I'm going to bring y'all some help. And she's in the building. So check this out. Don't let your pride, like I tell the men, don't let your pride or your ego stop you from getting the help that you need. Mo is here. She's available, and she is down to help and help the women get through the space they are now currently to get there where they want to go. So I'm happy to have you on here, Mo. So thank you for being with us, because for real, this platform is going to be the space where we can just really be ourselves and help people in a way specifically possible. Specifically designed for in their personal needs. So
yeah,
it's about to be dope. Before we go any further, we got to pay the bills around here and talk to the Father upstairs. So with that being said, dear God, we thank you for another day. Thank you for another hour, another second of life, because we understand it's the most precious thing on earth, and we don't take it for granted. So right now, God, in this space and this time, we're going to use it wisely to help be a benefit to someone else in their time of need. God, help us to encourage and strengthen and empower the people that listen to this podcast. Give us the strength that we need to be who you need to be in this time. In Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Amen.
So now for this lovely podcast, I don't know, you probably can't see and you probably don't know what my body looked like before today. But before today, my body, I had a dad bod, and I mean bad. Skinny arms, frail chest, big belly, scrawny legs. That was the dad bod that I had. But because of quantum fitness, because of quantum fitness, I now have no longer associated with the dad bod. I'm actually getting my sexy back. So for all you men out there, and also women that are looking to get your sexy back post-COVID, because that COVID weight was sitting on you heavy, go over that guy at Quantum Fitness and tell him that us over here at Uniquely Confident sent you, and he'll give you a 20% discount on any of his services. So I'm telling you guys, shop smart, shop black, shop Quantum Fitness for all your fitness needs. Next paid sponsor of this lovely podcast, I'm constantly wearing something that she provides. Why is that? Because number one, I'm a husband. Number two, I live in the same house with her. But guess what? This is a Cassie's classic design. Anything you need printed on clothes, signs, cups, you name it, she prints it. So for all your print needs, highlight Cassie's classic design on Instagram. It's Cassie's _ classic _ design. And if you, for some reason, whatever reason this may be, you're not on Instagram, get at her directly at Gmail, which is Cassie's classic design at gmail.com. With that being said, the sponsorships is over. Now let's get to this content.
Yes.
So Mo, do me a favor, right? And do us a favor, the people out there. Tell us what we're talking about today. What we talking about? What's on the docket?
Well, I feel like it's a free form. We just want to get to know y'all. I just want to get to know y'all.
You trying to get acquainted with the people, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I don't know if people have any questions or concerns, but I think that there's so many things that we could be talking about. It's truly up to you, bro.
Got you. Well, I'm thinking like we're gonna let it free flow because like you said, it's the initial episode. And to be honest, I'm at a space where I'm like kind of foggy. I gotta be transparent. Nigga just woke up. like I stayed up late last night working, and I'm proud of myself for that because it used to be a time and space where I would stay up late just to play around, just to hang out, and I was so adamant about doing it, right? Like, oh, I gotta be up, and then later on in life, when it's things that we have to do at nighttime or overnight, we make the excuse we're tired or this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. So last night, I really tapped into that spirit of if I can hang out, I can stay up to work. And that right there led to me being up till 3:30 this morning. you calling me and they're like, yo, where are you at? Why you not ready for recording? And I'm still in the bed sleep. So working hard and going in was something I was proud of last night because I have a problem with focusing a lot. You know what I mean? Like I have attention deficit disorder, some would say. So after a while of me sitting down doing one thing, I can be sidetracked really easily. So the fact that I stayed in one space last night and locked in, I'm really proud of myself because that's not normal for your boy.
Man, that's admirable because I have focus issues too, but not because I have attention deficit, but I just have a lot going on at once a lot of times, and I just be tired. Like I'm spent, just mentally, emotionally spent.
Right.
So that's admirable for you to just sit down and just kill it for hours and hours on end. And you notice when you change your environment or your environment changes around you, you get that boost. And I'm an introvert, so being by myself, I really do have that space to work hard at a lot of things.
Yeah.
But if I had children and a spouse and everything, I don't know if I would be as productive as much as I am. So that is you got some quiet time, you really honed in. That's what it's about.
Yo, and you know what's crazy? Like when you say that, like when you actually say situations or circumstances and see them for what they're worth, you realize like, yo, you're really not as far off or you're not as bad as you thought you would. Because when you said, oh, spouse and children, I'm like, I didn't even take those. I always take my accountability, but last night they weren't here, right? They went away to my mother-in-law's so my kids could spend time with them. And they weren't in the house. And normally at nighttime, like I was telling you earlier, I have like this thing where every few hours, every hour or two, I leave the office and go check on them. I go in the room, kiss the kids, see my wife, make sure they're all right, sleeping well, and then come back. And then I would, you know what I'm saying, being that time was broken up because I stopped working, I had a sense of time. But last night they weren't here. So my sense of time was kind of thrown off. And I really didn't realize it's like they affect me even when they're not here, to the sense of like, I feel like I can really, really like give all of my focus into whatever I'm doing at that space and not worry about what's going on with them.
It's exactly that. It's like I as tired and spent as I am, I don't have somebody saying, "Hey, bring it back. You're doing a lot. You probably need a rest."
Right.
But at the same time, I don't have any distractions unless I let myself be distracted, other than the distractions of life, right? And,
Facts.
I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm a 9 to 5er as well. I am a full-time student as well. I have
That's
parents that
crazy,
get
Mo.
older. I have those things. And then you have your own thoughts that happen in your mind that pop up, things you want to be doing, things you need to do, laundry.
That L word, I hate it because it's a never-ending word, yo. It's like dishes and laundry get on my last nerve, Mo. You hear me?
I'm on my own. So the dishes, I get in there, I use it, I get back in there, shoop, put it, boom.
Not
But
here, Mo. I got 3 other individuals in this place
yeah,
that just grab a cup, sip of water out of it, and throw it in the sink. I got another little nigga that loves to play with forks as though it's a knife. So he walking
don't do
around
my boy like that. Nope. Don't do my boy like that. Nope.
we walk by playing with swords and knives and dirtying up the plastic knives and whatnot all day, and then throw it right in the sink. So I'm washing dishes more than twice a day, yo. And laundry, forget about it. It's an ongoing cycle because they constantly wearing clothes and changing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And my daughter, Mo.
What?
Miss take her clothes off and change every 5 minutes. Fashion
because
show.
we're cute. What you gotta say? Okay.
Lord help me.
Okay.
That's
okay.
all I gotta say. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, yo, let me tell you, Mo. So everybody listening to us right now, she's saying okay mad times because she's referring to my daughter. My daughter has this thing where it's like after she says something to you, it's immediate okay. So it's like, Daddy, I'm hungry. Okay.
Yeah. That means action. Get to it.
Let me tell you, now she has this different okay now. So she asked my wife a question like, "So, Mom, are we going to Grandma's house?" She'd be like, "Yeah, baby, we're gonna go there, but you gotta wait because it's gonna take a drive there." She'd be like, "Okay."
Oh.
It's like, okay, I approve that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. That's what that is. It's like, oh, I thought so. Y'all better don't play with her. Don't play with her. She is here.
Listen, she out here in these streets, man. And let me tell you, she's talking her behind off, man. So it's so crazy because we were really scared, like, with her speech. You know what I mean? Like when she was younger, like, how is she gonna be able to manage and like what's going on? Because we're new parents, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? So like the doctor's is like, well, it's just a delay. She'll be fine. Just gotta give her the speech and the speech therapy and all that. Mm-hmm. And I ain't gonna lie, I was a little shaken up because I was like, damn, like how do we make this better? You know what I mean? Like there's nothing you can do other than feed her language and continuously show her more and therapy and all that. So I was just rather than my own thoughts, like you said earlier, just caught up in my own head. And I was like, damn, how am I gonna get my daughter to talk? And that was one of my biggest fears for like the first few years of her life. My mother told me, boy, don't you worry about it. She gonna talk. And when she start talking, you ain't gonna want her to stop. And you ain't gonna want to keep talking. And I ain't gonna lie to you. The other day she was talking and I was like, damn, this girl don't shut up. Like this girl does not shut up. But it's like, even when I said it, I was so happy to say it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's like what I thought wasn't gonna happen is now transpiring and I'm okay with it.
I like that. I like that you said that because that makes me want to talk about something that I think is super important, especially in the empowerment arena. The things that we do, building confidence and helping people build their confidence in their character, right, and empowering them to really dig into who they truly are. How do you deal with fear? How do I deal with fear? I think that's an important thing to talk about in our everyday life as coaches, as people who really, care for others in our everyday life. Literally care, not just feel like we care. We go out and we speak to and we give care and treatment to people who are feeling like they need more of that empowerment. Like, how do we deal with fear specifically?
Yo, phenomenal question and great topic. First of all, my thing is it's all about identification, right? like I said before, I said on another episode, if somebody was to walk in the room with one of those invisible suits on, or back in the day you watch cartoons and they have the invisible cream and they put it on and you can't see them. Just imagine somebody put on invisible cream and walk into the room and slap the shit out you. Just slaps you. Pow! Right? Like,
Yeah, before you finish, this is such a boy's example, yo. I think that y'all gonna see the difference between a man and a woman in general with a lot of the things that we talk about and we say and we do. This is like what you gonna do if you see somebody dig up their nose and then all of a sudden put it on your lip. What? What?
You know what's boys is nasty.
Yes. Go ahead. Somebody slap you and they're invisible.
So they're invisible, right? Well, you know what's even better? So we're in the dark and somebody slaps you in the dark. If you get the invisible cream, right?
Y'all have some good imaginations as men. No, for real. I'm not even making fun. That's good. That's good.
Yo, man, I watched a lot of cartoons growing up. Yes. Man. Yo, so you in this pitch black room and somebody hauls off and just slaps you, right? Your first thing is you're gonna be like, you're gonna be looking around. You ain't gonna know what to do. You ain't gonna know where your bearings are. You ain't gonna know how to gather yourself, and you're not gonna know how to defend yourself. Right. Why? Because you can't see it. Whatever you can't see, you can't defend. You can't fight what you can't see. And what Daisy said, whatever you can't reveal, you can't heal. So if whatever you're scared of, we got to first and foremost identify it. We got to see it for what it's worth. Because the truth of the matter is fear isn't real. Fear is false evidence appearing real. So the truth of the matter is we got to really sit down and sometimes say it. We got to learn that there's power in words. And it also gives you a reassurance when you hear things. Because you can have things playing through your head, right? You can have these thoughts playing through your mind. And they can have you going in these circles. They can have you going in these vicious cycles and circles in your mind that plays into your habits. But it's a certain level of power and it's a certain level of understanding that you get when you actually say those things out of your mouth and you hear them. So, for instance, somebody like me, I had a fear, and this is crazy. This is real talk, Mo. Mm-hmm. For some reason or another, I had a fear of making phone calls to pay bills. I didn't know what it was. Like when I'd have the money, right? I'd have the money in my account and be scared to make the call. Like the actual call to pay the bill I was frightened by it. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. But the thing about it was I didn't get over it until I said it. I said, yo, you're afraid to make a phone call to give the people money that you have for them?
Yeah, take care of the business. You already took care of the business because you accumulated the money that you needed to pay.
Exactly.
You're afraid to take care of business that it's already done. You good.
And all I gotta do is just make the call and say here. That's basically it. But I had to realize and say it. You're scared of making a phone call to pay a bill. And when I said it, it registered to my brain like differently. It was like, yeah, that sounds absurd. It sounds ridiculous.
Was it a fear of having a deficit? Like now you paid, you don't got the money no more? Was it part of that?
No, to be honest, Mo, it was a fear of my mom back in the day. So her thing was bills can't be late. And if it is, all hell breaks loose. I never forget my first time I had a car payment and I missed it by the day. Like I forgot the day. And she rained hell down on me because you don't let bills go past the due date. What are you doing? You're messing your life up. It was this big thing where I'm messing my life up. You dig what I'm saying? Like a bill is making my life bad, like messed up, where to the point where it's like, oh, you can't recover from this. And I'm like, damn, that's that serious? And I really embodied that.
But it turns into something else too. It turns into self-deprecation or whatever the word might be, because now you're telling yourself it's possible that I'm not good enough because I can't pay the bill on time. And I know better than that.
Right. And
you take it personal, you judge yourself. And now here you might be a day late giving them money that you have for them. And you're negating the fact that you're taking care of business by saying I did it a day late.
Right. And that right there, Mo, is like that's taking away my own power. It's negating the fact that, like you said, I've already done the work. Yeah. But the fact that my fear, right, the thought process, because what happened to me as a child, actually I internalize it instead of letting it go and manifesting it to later on where I'm letting bills go 2 or 3 weeks at a time because I'm scared to pay it.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. So it's like the fear I had was paralyzing me to do the exact same thing I was getting in trouble for when I was a child.
Yeah. Sometimes there's a difference between holding yourself accountable and speaking down on yourself and treating yourself.
I got a word on that one, Mo. It's one thing to hold yourself accountable, and there's another thing to hold yourself hostage.
Had it go. Boom. That's
Word.
it. Plain and simple.
It's two different things.
Yeah, holding yourself accountable is important now. You can't just be like, I'll pay it next month. I'll just pay 2 of them next month. And then they come get your car in the middle of the month and you mad. You already had the money. You look crazy. Now
right.
you be a little mad at yourself. But but holding yourself hostage because you had the money and you forgot it, to pay after a couple hours, that's not productive.
Definitely not
productive in your life. So yeah, there's a difference between holding yourself accountable and holding yourself hostage. I like that.
And what's so crazy, Mo? Because that like fear will make you hold yourself hostage.
Yeah.
Like fear will literally hold you and paralyze you because the thought process of whatever it is that's stopping you is only there because you gave it the space and the time. Like my coaches, especially Mike, he's always telling me, yo, just do it. Like, just do it. Like even whatever your brain is telling you, still just get it done and deal whatever happens afterward. But if you allow that fear to paralyze you, you will never know. And then you have a sense of regret in life. And that's the one thing that I preach to people. Do not let yourself or allow yourself to have any room and space in your life for regret. Yeah. Because regret is something you can't get rid of. It's like a bad disease. Like once it hits and sets into you, it's almost impossible to get rid of it.
Yeah. It is. It is almost impossible. I think for me, how I handle fear, how I've learned to handle fear is through patience. Now, that's not easy.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. And you know what? It probably is. We both leavers, so you probably understand that moment. Like, I put my pen down on the table.
Real nice and quiet.
Yeah. So I just told you, and I'm not gonna repeat myself. Just come outside with me. We gotta fight. No, real quick. Just we gotta fight. I gotta beat you up.
Oh man,
you're playing with me. So that is something that happens, but you can't do that with life circumstances. You can't. Right. Who you fight is the invisible.
Yeah. The invisible cream came back.
Right. It's the invisible hand slap. Who are you fighting? Yourself. And right. Who are you beating down? Yourself. Right.
Right.
All of that. How girls be windmilling. Guys be doing that too. Don't let them say girls is the only ones doing that.
Yeah,
some guys fighting like that too.
I've seen the scary cats. I've seen them.
Get that hook together. Jab, cross, hook. Learn.
Work on it. Okay? Work on it. Work on your hands, young fellas.
Please save yourself. Come on. So for me, it's like I have to be patient. I have to practice patience. When I say practice, patience is action.
Yes.
I have to practice patience and patience in good form, right? So not patience like fine, because if it's not in good form, then it is kind of you're stuck. You're feeling stuck.
Right.
Patience like I'm not taking it personal that it's not moving as fast as I wanted to. I wanted to. So I'm gonna get personal with y'all, even though I just met y'all. Okay.
Yo, listen to all our audio viewers. She's side-eyeing the shit out of y'all right now.
Okay, let me fan myself off real quick. Get cool. All right.
Warm up.
Yeah. I'm already hot. That's what I need to defend myself. So for me, I am at an age in my I'm at an age where I want to be married. I want to have children, and I'm past the age of wanting it. I wanted it since I was younger. Of course, a lot of women don't, but a lot of people do want it younger. And I'm past the age where I thought it was gonna happen ever. Super past, right?
Super fast.
Like some of y'all kids is in high school and I've been wanting kids longer than that. You know what I'm saying? Like super past that age. So and it's not here. And y'all, I could do like this. You see this? I have my hand cupped on top of my eyes looking, searching. I don't even see it, right? Not that it's not coming, but I don't see it. That's you understand? Like
it's not in the visual, right?
Wait. Oh, goodness. What? So
Yo, we're gonna make sure that happens. No, we ain't gonna have you close your eyes on this earth and be closing your eyes alone. That man's somewhere. We gotta make sure he know where you at.
Yeah, because you know. Anyway, that's it. Y'all learn. Y'all think on the phone here.
Yeah, we will get a little deeper as we go along.
I'm a lovely lady. I really am. I'm lovely. Ain't I? I'm lovely. Ain't
yes,
I?
she's a lovely lady. Lovely lady.
Thank you. You ain't have to say it like I pressured you like that. You said, yes, she is. Yes.
Yes. You see how scared I was, y'all? Yes, she is.
Don't do me like that. Anyway, what I'm saying is I use patience. I don't know when it's happening, but we all know for women, biologically, things change for you after a certain age. So the marriage and the spouse can happen, but maybe the kids won't, like, and that's a fear. Or, I'll get in further and further into my career and I'm pushing myself further and further away from that other part of my life. You just think things and they start making you make decisions that are not conducive to the life you truly desire for yourself. And I show myself active patience and grace when I'm having those thoughts. I definitely speak to myself and tell myself the truth.
Yes.
When I have those thoughts, like the truth is, there are many people who are successful, like grossly successful.
Right.
And they find love and they have a family and they're happy in that. We see foolery, and I'm sure we'll talk about some foolery here and there as it happens in the world. But we also see the good sides of that. And so it's out there, it's possible. And I know who I am. And I know that I'm a person of good character. Like I know I'm a good person. And so I know that it can happen for me and it'll happen for me. But I have to speak those things. Just like you said earlier, you have to say it out loud. And sometimes when I say my fears out loud, I realize how it's not logical.
Yes, okay. Mo.
Like it's not dumb. I'm not sounding stupid. Y'all, I'm in New York City, so y'all go ahead. Y'all welcome.
Yeah. We welcome the people's out there. I'm down here in South Florida, y'all, but I'm originally from New York, so I actually missed those sirens. So if they annoy you, kick rocks. Yeah, I actually missed those sirens. I don't know why. It's a part of me, but anyway,
my best friend moved to a different state, and she's like, "Can you please just record the siren sometimes?" Like, okay.
It's the small things, man. It's a small thing that make us happy.
Crazy. I haven't left yet, so I don't know, but I'm sure I will feel the same if I left too.
Yeah. When you get up out of there, you're gonna be like, man, I'd do anything to hear one of those sirens riding past the window right now, just because it gives you a sense of comfort. It gives you something that, because you know how when you're younger, you need some kind of noise to sleep with, because like you can't sleep in silence. Because we were really, it's New York bred. It's
that's
noise
true.
all the time.
If you go away, sleepaway camp or something like that, you'd be like,
yo, that noise, that pitch black, that silence, and then the crickets only, you'd be like, wait a minute, this is bugging me out. I need some kind of noise, somebody yelling, something.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that too. When you remove yourself out of your comfortable surroundings, about the fear that comes with that, because I can really speak to that. What you got?
But let me just finish on this real quick about just speaking it and how you speak to yourself,
Yes.
because your positive self-talk matters.
Facts.
If you're not going to talk to yourself with love, kindness, the way that if you heard your friend say, like, I'm gonna be alone forever, this is now I'm being 100% real, and I know us as men and women, men go through this too, but as women, we've said this to ourselves or said this to a friend. I'm gonna be alone forever. I'm not gonna find these guys out here is doing this, and I'm not that type of girl, and blah blah blah. You find yourself, you hear somebody say that to you, the first thing you want to say to them is, don't say that about yourself, because that's not true. You want to uplift the person who says that and tell them so many nice things about themselves, how they deserve the highest form of the things that they want. And if you can say that to someone else, you should be saying that to yourself first.
Right.
So it's super important for you to speak life into yourself, positive thinking, and that's the way that I handle fear. Like I'm hold on, I don't let all the stories accumulate on top of me. Hold up, I tell myself the truth, and I talk to myself nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, and honestly, Mo, you're supposed to, and that's one of the one questions that I have on my intake sheet for all the clients that I deal with. The question is, how do you speak to yourself when you're by yourself about yourself? Right? Because the truth of the matter is, and this is sad to say, but the world is set up to break us down. Right? Mm-hmm. The negativity and the things around us are ordained literally to break us. So if everything around you is set up to pull from you and take from you and break you down, why would you add on to it? Why would you be the one to add on to things that's breaking you down? Wherefore, you should know, you should really be saying things to build yourself up. Mo, you said that you're the #1 empowerment coach in the world. That's not slighting anyone saying that you're better than any other coach in the world. That's not you saying that you're better than any other individual. That's just saying that you believe in yourself that much, that you believe that you're the best in the world.
Yeah.
And I think that people get that misconstrued when somebody says that they're the best at something and someone else comes out of nowhere and says, no, you're not. They're not trying to be better than anyone else. They're just trying to big themselves up. They're just trying to pour into themselves. And I've learned that myself because, yes, at times there's no one around to pat me on the back. Last night at 2:30, 3 in the morning when I was working on this content, and there was no one in here pat me on the back saying, you know what, good job, RJ, keep going. But at the end of the day, I had no other choice but to do that for myself.
Right.
You gotta be your best cheerleader. In order for somebody else to cheer for you, you have to cheer for yourself first.
Yep, you got to. There's times in your life when you're gonna go through something, and the people who have been through something super deep, super hard, you have to remember that time and know that no matter how much people loved you, there was a spot in your life that nobody could go to with you. You had to do it on your own. And if you don't teach yourself how to self-soothe and to really talk to yourself positively, you could get stuck in that space.
Yes.
That's frightening.
Yes, indeed. Because and once you're in that space, there feels like there's no hope. And that's the worst thing about that space. That you feel like you're hopeless. And that's the one thing as human beings that I really want. I don't want any human being to feel is hopeless, because once you lose hope, you ain't got nothing else, y'all.
That's it. You might as well close it up, shut it down,
dig that hole at that point. Bury yourself, because at that point you're not even looking forward to anything. And I think that's what the problem is, Mo, with so many people that struggle with their confidence. Number one, they don't wake up with a sense of looking toward anything. They're just letting life happen to them based upon their past experiences or the fears that's in their head. They're not allowing themselves to move forward because they're paralyzed in that space. And then once you get paralyzed and you don't have any hope, why would you want to go forward? Like, why would you want to do anything more? And that's one thing in South Florida, Mo, there's so many homeless people on the streets.
Really?
So many. Yeah, especially in Fort Lauderdale. It's way more than New York, because in New York, we put them in shelters. You don't see them on the streets. Like they're away in different spaces. Where down here, they're literally out and about on every corner, panhandling and doing all these things. Wow. And the truth is, when you see them, only thing that I see now is people that gave up hope. Like I see people that said, I don't have nothing else. There is no hope for me. Because the truth is, what separates them from me, Mo? I always say that. What separates the person on the corner from me? And there's only one thing. Because it ain't the money. It ain't the fact that I can go get anything. It's the fact that I have hope to make myself better than what I was yesterday. But when you lose hope, you give up on yourself.
Yeah.
And there's so many people. I'm not saying everybody on the street gave up on themselves, but there's so many people out here that's truly giving up on themselves because of lack of hope. And really, where did the lack of hope come from? Fear? Something that's not even real, right?
Yeah. Lack of understanding that fear isn't real. Lack of understanding is huge. That's why you have people in this world who are coaches, who are willing to, you have therapists, you have elders. That's why you have, because they are supposed to be the people who are speaking life into you, letting you know there's alternative ways of thinking.
Yes.
You don't have to think this way forever.
Right.
You can think something else, and then your mind and your body starts doing other things,
right,
that are different from the things that you were doing that were leading you into that hopeless place. You need that information, but you have to have hope to look for it.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And then let me tell you, man, like hope will either paralyze you or move you forward. You could be a type of person where I hope that this happens for me. Right. That's the other side of it. The person that's sitting around just hoping all day. Those are the ones that get on my nerve.
Was that a wish?
Yeah.
Hope is right. Hope is the positive, that wishing. You wish
right.
it. Yeah.
Wish a nigga would.
Yeah.
Yo, it's so crazy, Mo, because it's like I really fell victim to that as a young man, like just wishing things. I wish I can do this. But the wish doesn't give you any motivation. The wish doesn't help you move forward. The wish doesn't do anything but keep you in that space of thinking.
Yeah.
But it's not until you believe that, I can do that. Right? It's not until you have the confidence in yourself and your abilities to say, you know what, I'm going to attempt this. And I put a post up the other day, Mo. It was like, young king, commit and their confidence will come. See, a lot of times, like, we're so caught up in, I got to be confident to do this. The truth of the matter is, do you know there's a lot of things that I wasn't confident in as I got into it? I.e. this podcasting thing, i.e. this coaching thing. I wasn't confident in myself in doing those things right away. But I committed to it. I said, you know what? Confident or not, I'm going to do this thing. And then guess what? Over time of me becoming just me doing my reps, I've gotten better at it. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I'm not saying I'm the worst either, because I've made progress because I wasn't afraid to start. And once you actually get into the groove of doing things, you can learn on the move. You become better in the process. Yo, Mo, my content 2.5 years ago, making videos and editing, was trash. The things I'm doing now is only because I did what I was doing over and over again. I made mistakes. I got better through trial and error. It wasn't that I just one day popped up and was good at it.
Yeah.
But you got to be confident. What you say?
Right. And that goes back to what you were talking about earlier with the paying the bills.
Yes.
Having the fear to pay the bill. The more you did it, the more you realize, oh, I got this. I already had the answer.
Right. And Mo, so crazy you said that, because having the answer, so many of us are searching externally for problems that are internal. The answers are internal. So it's like that's the part of the reason why people never get any help or never get from moving where they are to where they want to be, is because they're searching externally for the answers that are truly internal.
Right.
Like everything we need answer-wise is literally on the inside of us. And coaches like ourselves are literally based in help people by asking them questions about things that they already possess. We as coaches, we don't give you external help. We don't give you no extra tools. We just help you use a tool that you already have to get past the things that you're going through in your life, because we all are actually born with the tools and the things we need to get through our circumstances and situations.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't have somebody in your life who's willing to remind you, willing to be, who is empathetic,
right,
and really is okay with you telling them, what you're going through, and they want to help you, they want the best for you, then you in a tough spot. So you know what? I think that a lot of people may have a problem with getting the services of somebody like a coach, and things like that, because they feel like, oh, I shouldn't have to pay for a friend or pay for somebody to help me do something.
And I'm glad you said that, Mo, because I got a rebuttal for that.
Yeah.
So Michael Jordan, right? The best basketball player on the face of this earth, right? He couldn't be as great as he was without Phil Jackson. And guess what? Phil Jackson was the coach. If Phil Jackson never got on the court, passed the ball to Michael Jordan for an assist, he never took an alley hoop and dunked it from Mike. He never did any of those things. But what a coach's job is to help you see things from a different perspective. See, when you're on the sidelines and you're watching the game, there's certain things you can see that people in the game can't see. That's the same criteria for any coach or any asset, any aspect in life. A coach is not there to help you play the game. It's not there to help you get through the game. It's actually help you to see things differently, to show you things you can't see, to help you realize your blind points and see and help you get through those things. Because the truth is, a coach has been someplace before you haven't been. And that's the only difference. I tell all my guys that I coach, the only difference between me and you is the fact that I found the information a little sooner than you did.
Yeah.
I'm the same man as you are. I'm the same individual, just like you. I have my insecurities. I have things that I'm not confident in. There's things that I'm still working on as a person. But the only difference is I've learned how to deal with my insecurities and manage them to where I can now help somebody else get through where they have to go through. That's the only difference.
Super important too. And I think that you made a point about Jordan, and I think that sometimes we think of Jordan and the Bulls, but we don't think about Jordan in North Carolina. We don't think about Jordan at in pre-K when he was just learning about life. We have coaches in every single level of our life. Before he got to Phil, he had a coach in high school. He had a junior high school. I'm sure Jordan wasn't just starting to play. I don't know his life, but what I'm saying is, I'm sure he didn't just start playing when he got to the NBA.
Right.
I'm sure of that.
Right.
You know?
That's a fact.
And he had coaches even before that. So a lot of times we think we have to be the superior thing and we just need somebody to help us hone in. No, we can be at our very beginning stages. In every stage of our life, we need guides.
Yes.
We need people who are there to care and really teach us what they know, especially up until that level, until we get an understanding and then elevate and continue and going from there. So that's important to have coaches. It's important, wrapping it all the way around to the fear talk. It's important to overcome fears and have help with that.
Yes.
You deserve help with, overcoming your fear. You deserve it.
And you know what's so crazy, Mo? We really do. There's nothing wrong with needing help. But what's wrong with needing help is when you need help and you won't ask for it. That's when it becomes wrong. Yeah. When you know you're in a space where you can benefit from getting the help, but because of whatever it is, your pride, your ego, thought process, whatever it have you, and that stops you, that's when it becomes wrong. Because having a weakness is nothing wrong with that. It only becomes wrong when you're willing to keep that weakness and not become strong in it. Right. Like right now, I can be honest, I got almost 4 or 5 coaches. I got a business coach. I got a mindset coach. I have an ads coach. I have a physical fitness coach, a personal trainer. And then I have my own therapist, right? My mind coach. So it's like I'm being helped by multiple sources just so I can be better than I was yesterday, to be a better help to people that I serve. So it's not really just about me just I want to have all these coaches. No, I need them. I need the help in those areas so I can become a better individual, so I can help more people, right? Because the more people I help, the more impact I create. Yeah. And to be honest, the more impact I create, the more my legacy will grow. The more things will happen for me in the long run that I can't see now, like you said earlier. Because you know what's so good about driving, Mo, is that you don't have to see past 200 feet in front of you. Like whenever we got on the road to drive from New York to come to Florida, I couldn't see the entrance or the road that said welcome to South Florida when I was in New York. The only thing I could see in front of me was the next 200 feet. But the best part is every time I got 200 feet further, the next 200 feet developed. Oh, and it opened up in front of me.
Talking good now. Somebody preaching over here. Let me get my church fan.
But it's true because we. You that color purple church fan. Look like Miss Seeley. Yo, so yo, because we get so caught up, Mo, in trying to see the end result. And I think that's what paralyzes us. We get so caught up in trying to see past our own vision because all we have to do is see the next 200 feet in front of us. And if we continue to be consistent, it'll develop. And the next 200, the next 200, and before you know it, you'll be at the destination. We can't get caught up in the fact that we don't always see where we're headed. We just got to keep going in the direction we feel in our spirit, and our guidance, right? Our coaches are helping us and telling us to where to go.
Yeah.
And don't be like me. Don't be a hardhead, right? You have coaches and you still want to do things your way at times.
So you grown. You just
yeah. I'll be acting hella grown sometimes. My coach be getting on my case, and I'll be like, it's a part of me. It's a part of my personality traits that I have a hard head, soft behind. Shout out to my grandmama for that. But yo, it's so real because listening will definitely save you headaches.
Yeah.
And I think that we don't listen out of fear, Mo, right back to the topic.
Absolutely.
I think that we don't listen a lot of times based upon our fears or what we think is going to happen or what we believe might happen, right?
Or we don't listen because we know things will change and we're afraid of change. Like you wanted to talk about earlier too.
So you gonna throw that in here just like that, Mo? That's what you're gonna do? You gonna throw that in there just like that?
Hey, you said it earlier, brother. I just bring it back on in. That's my expertise. I'm organized like so.
I like it. Yo, listen, y'all gonna realize that I'm the jump around nigga, and she's the one that's got it down packed in the bullet point. So you guys understand that we are a phenomenal team, and get with it, man. She's gonna keep me in line, and I'm gonna jump all over the place. That's what just happens on this podcast.
That's right. He good preaching. He got the good preaching for you. Okay.
Listen, don't forget the offerings. You know what I mean? I need the offering.
Hello.
Let me get that love offering and that. You know what I mean? You know how the preachers do. Can I get that love offering?
Right.
But yo, fear, Mo, is crippling, and to be honest, it's something that if we don't address, it'll kill us. It'll kill our dreams. It'll kill our hope. It'll kill our aspirations. It would take from you what's rightfully yours.
Yes.
Because the truth is, everything that God has for you is designed for you. But the one thing I love about God is that he doesn't force nothing on us, not even what belongs to us.
Yeah.
So if you're not willing to address the fear, you're going to be sitting in it for a long time because God's not one going to force you past your own limits.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You'll be sitting somewhere where you want to get out of for a very long time only because you won't address it. Fear is not real, y'all. It's in our minds. It's only between the two ears. And see, and Mo said preach earlier, but I've actually been studying a little bit more in the Bible and all that because one thing I've learned is that, a lot of times we waste time. But the one thing that God credits himself on most, especially in the Bible, is returning lost time. Mm-hmm. See, he speaks about returning the things that the locust stole from you. So what that is the bad thoughts, right? All the time that was taken from you because of the mal thoughts. People think the devil is this dude that wears red horns and this outfit that we've all drawn about to believe in our imagination. But the truth is, the devil is nothing more than those mal thoughts, and you tell yourself that you can't succeed, that you won't be better than what you are now, that you can't get out of where you are. That's the devil. That's the locust. That's what's stopping you from going further. So therefore, it's taking time out of your life. So what we have to do is make sure that we stop what's stopping us, right? Those hindering thoughts, we got to cancel them.
Yeah.
That fear has to be addressed because that's the only way we're going to get from where we are to where we want to go.
Yeah. So that's good. That's it. Plain and simple. That is the truth. So how do you deal with changes?
The raw elements of life, Mo. You're talking about the raw elements of life, time and change. The two things we can't do nothing with, right? The two things you can't do anything with. You can't change time and you can't change change. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. So what do you do with it? You control the controllables, right? You control what you can control. Waking up in the morning, making your bed, having a thought process of positivity, doing things that's in your power. See, a lot of times we get so caught up in trying to do things that's not in our category of strength, that's not even in our jurisdiction, like situations, circumstances. You can't control those, but you can control how you think within those circumstances. You can control how you behave in those situations. Those are the controllables. But if we can control the controllables and actually focus in and worry about ourselves and doing what we do in the process and the transition of change, then change will take care of itself. Yeah. Because time and change take care of itself. It's about what you do with those two things. What are you doing with your time? What are you doing with your time? Because that's going to tell you how you deal with change. Because if you're somebody that sits around and just sits on autopilot all day, change is going to be very difficult for you.
Yeah.
Change will almost cripple you and almost kill you. Mentally, physically, and sometimes physically.
Yeah, sometimes physically.
So we got to understand, like, fear is something that we have to really dive into and take on head on, because fear will cause us not to want to deal with change. Fear will cause us not to even want to realize how much time has passed us, because we can lie to ourselves, right? Oh, I'll get to that later. Procrastination. Right? This is where these things come from. And if we don't address them, only thing will happen, time will continue, change will continue to happen, but you'll be caught behind both of them. You'll be behind the time. You'll be behind change, and you'll be stuck in the space where everybody else left. Like, you know how to really paint a picture for them, Mo? You know that your old uncle that's still wearing penny loafers with the shorts and the church socks? Yeah, you know that uncle? That's still out there wearing his sweatpants inside of his tube socks.
We fly. What you mean? Huh?
Hey, listen, your uncle out there, Mo, still with the
gators on. What you
with them gators, the gators with those khaki shorts with the pockets on the hip and the nylon church socks. Yeah, he's behind the time.
The nylons. What the nylons? He got itchy feet.
His feet is on sweat and itch right now.
Itching. Ew.
But he's behind the time. He refuses to realize, like, yeah, ain't nobody wearing them on my papa. Ain't nobody else wearing those nylon socks and church shoes with shorts on no more, bro. But guess what? He refused to catch up. He refused to see what happened in the time and the change. Now, that was comical, but that was a real life example of somebody not realizing that time does move on. And if it doesn't move on with you, it'll move on without you.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, there's so many other examples too. You know, you go away somewhere and you come back. Let's say you came back to New York. Say you came back to live in New York. You're going to have a learning curve, even though that's where you're from.
Right.
You're going to be like, what are they doing here? What? I went to school and came back to Harlem. It was a whole new Harlem.
Yes.
I said, Listen, let me tell you something about Harlem. Come in close. Let me tell you a secret. In the 90s and the early 2000s, you would get on a train and you would get to 96th Street. And if there was ever a person who was not Black or Latino that didn't get off on that stop on 96th Street, they missed their stop. And you saw it in their face. They be in their book and they be like, oh.
Shit.
Hey, that's it. Go to 110th if you want to, if you're not Black or Hispanic. If you want to. At that time. And they knew they was lost. They knew they messed up.
I'm in the wrong area.
Oh my God. And now we're on the train and we looking at each other like, somebody's scared now. Lost.
They too deep in the water.
Right. So now I come back from school. Homegirl is running next to the park. I said,
yeah, freely.
I'm a little scared. Wait a minute. Did I just see running next to the... Where am I?
Right. How long ago that have been gone?
Crazy. And I wasn't like going longer than 4 years.
And that's like jail too.
Yeah, for sure. I was trying to think of, even more circumstances, but that's a big one, and that's huge in our society in general.
especially towards the men, bro. Like, they don't realize that time will leave you and elapse you if you're not caught up in it. Like, if you're not paying attention to it, you can get left behind by it. And thank God I've never had to do any real jail time, any prison time. Sadly I've had to go to jail, but even in that short period of time that I've dealt with,
in case y'all was wondering, I know thuggery is on me, so I have thuggery on me either, y'all.
Yeah. Mo was definitely she just wasn't caught. I'm gonna put it out there like that. Like I'm gonna just put it out there like that. She just wasn't caught. You know what I mean? She was better at getting away.
I was a good girl.
Yeah, we gonna leave that there. She was a good girl. That's what she said. We have back in those days, there was no documentation, right? There was no cameras for us back in those days, so we actually survived a good era. Because if they caught what we was doing back in those days, my God.
Well, my African dad, I was in the house, so.
That whole African father played no games. For y'all who don't know, Mo is African bred. She's from Africa. She's part of the tribes, and her dad is definitely full African. So he is not to be played with. He's one of them African men for real.
To this day.
To this very moment. So understand that no games is being played over there on that side of the world. And shout out to African Pops, man. We love you. Yo, but for real, Mo, as we come down to the last few minutes, it's like I really want everybody to understand, like, fear is only what you let it be to you. Right? Like, fear is only what you allow it to be to you. So if you're going to allow the fear that's holding you back to continue to hold you back, it's going to do just that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here hold no punches from you. I'm telling you the truth. If you're fearful about something, you don't address it, you will be fearful of it for the rest of your life.
Yeah. And it's okay not to have all the answers yourself, but ask for help.
Right.
And be honest and say, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I need help. And if the person who you're telling can't help you, I hope that person can lead you to the person who can help you. But if you don't say it out loud, like you said from the beginning, you will not get help. Closed mouth don't get fed, literally. Yes. Say it. Let somebody know you need help. Let them know you don't know the steps and get help.
Yo, and like Mo hit that on the head. There's nothing wrong with not knowing. There's nothing wrong with that because you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
You can't beat yourself for that. But what you can do is ask for some help.
Yeah.
Like if you, because we all know where we are in life, and we got to be honest about that. Like I've been stressing that for the last couple of weeks, and you can probably hear it on other episodes I've shot about the GPS and how important it is for you to be honest about your current location, where you are currently. If you're scared about something, say I'm scared. Just give yourself your current location. Don't try to make pretend like you're something that you're not, because you'll never get the authentic and true help that you need to get you from where you are currently to where you want to be.
Yeah. So
you're not helping anyone, and you're really hurting yourself by not being honest about where you are. So take this time after hearing this podcast, yo, and do a real evaluation on yourself. Give yourself an audit. See where you are. And if you know you need the help, reach out.
Yeah.
We're here. Like, we're individuals who've made it our business, our life choice to be helps to other individuals to get through things that we've already been through. Exactly. So my question is, and my thing is, it's kind of silly and stupid to go through something that someone else can help you get through.
Yeah.
So don't do it to yourself, and don't do it to future you. Get the help you need now. Reach out. We're here. I am a character and confidence building coach for men. Mo is an empowerment coach for women. We both help you build the confidence you need to be the person you want to be. So don't let this time continue to go past where you're not getting the help or not being better than what you were yesterday, because it's only you that's holding you back from being a better version of yourself.
Yeah.
So Mo, before we get up out of here, give these people some few words, let them know where they can catch you at, and we're gonna get up out of here.
Well, I do want to say that I am I'm super excited about this. This is gonna be fun. I can't even think of another word for it. This is going to be fun. And I can't wait to just talk about things that really affect our life. And it might be, examples from current things and that's happening but I always want to make sure I tie into it some empowerment, some learning, some help for the people, because, they deserve it. just as we deserved it, and I wanted to be available to them. And like you said, we cannot think that we know so much that we get in our own way. The wisest people know that they don't know enough about the world to just say that they know what to do. There's things that we're going to be experts in, but there's things that at the same time we're going to be brand new newborns at, and it's okay to be at level 0 and at level 20 all in the same time, in 2 different areas of your life. And if you can acknowledge that, then you know that you're a wise person. And if you can follow through and get some help on the things that you need help in, you're all the better for it. You will grow. You will get to the places that you want to be and that you deserve to be and you desire to be. And like you said, I'm here for the women, and you here for the men, and thank God for that. You could really be in this all alone.
Right.
And how tragic would that be? You got people who don't even know you are willing to champion you to win.
And Mo, just think about it. Like, just imagine if we had these services when we needed the most.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we created these services that we provide, is because I really wish that this was around when I needed it the most.
And I'm gonna be honest, too. It's been there, but I let fear stop me from asking for help for many years, and it held me back for many years. So I know that feeling, and I would never say to somebody who's going through that, "Oh, you bugging. Oh, you just playing yourself." No, I know that feeling, and it's real. But I'm here to help.
Right. And let me tell y'all, the one thing you can do is by letting yourself help yourself, getting over yourself, getting over those thoughts and the things that's keeping you back from really allowing your true self to be helped. Because I know that my pride and my ego gets in the way when I know that I need help and I don't want to ask for it. And I know what that's like, because at the end of the day, I'm human. So these things, like I said before, I deal with as well. Insecurities are real. We all have them. But the difference between me and Mo and everyone else that's choosing, that we made a choice to deal with them and allow those things to help us move forward and help other people. So we're not better than anyone else. Don't get that twisted. We're regular people that just have a heart and have been through some things that can help someone else get through the same thing we've been through. So with that being said, y'all, we appreciate y'all for pulling up on us, guys. Like this right here, we're doing this because it's something that we wish that was available for us, and now we're here. We're going to do what we wish that we had for us and now be available for someone else in time of need. So Uniquely Confident is a podcast that it's all about confidence and character building, about helping you be better than who you were yesterday so you can go forth and make an impact in the lives of others for generations to come. But guess what? Confidence is all about how you see yourself. Don't you forget that. But until the next time we see you, you know our energy, you know our vibe. But if you don't, I'm gonna put you on right now. Be good to yourself and the ones around you. And if you can't be good to those people around you, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Just get those people from around you. Yo, this has been RJD, the Imperfect Gentleman, along with
Mo from Inspire Big, Inspire Bigger, your #1 woman empowerment coach.
Yes, indeed. And this has been the Uniquely Confident Podcast. Y'all be blessed, because we will.
Later, y'all.